Hi there, Diecast fans. What we have here is a Pagani Zonda C12 in 1:18 scale by Motormax. Ah yes, the Pagani Zonda. Now every car enthusiast and car nuts will definitely recognize this car immediately because of the design and silhouette of it. Now, if you want to be recognized, you drive a flashy Lamborghini. But if you want to be recognized and popular at the same time, drive a Pagani. Now, almost all supercars can give you that recognition and, of course, that level of popularity when you try to dive into the driver's side of those cars. And the Pagani has the next level for it. Now, it's not the most technologically innovative supercar in my opinion, but the most stylish and lavishingly extravagant at the same time from the exterior and to the interior. So that's why the Pagani was so popular when it first introduced in the market, I think in the early 2000s. Now, as it gains popularity among car enthusiasts, car magazines, car medias, or even celebrities, and also the general public, especially diecast collectors, wanted a piece of that Pagani memorabilia into their collection. So, from vast 1:72 to 1:12, I think, there are gonna be a Pagani selections in every corners of the toy store and collectible hobby shops. Now, enough about the Pagani itself. Let's take a dive on how it was made and designed by Motormax at the same time, if this diecast is really a desirable one for you. So, going to the front face of this diecast model, so you could see there 4 headlamps, quad headlamps of course, 2 individual circular light bulbs on each sides, housed by a black vessel on it. Now, this is a painted headlight bezel, I think. Motormax is not a high-end diecast manufacturer, so there's gonna be some cheapening method approach, especially in any scale that you can think of. I think they also offer a 1:24 scale of this Pagani Zonda. So you can see there's no grille, just a painted black part for the entire body shell of the diecast. But Motormax will provide you this Pagani wiper shroud, I think, wiper holder for the entire wiper mechanism, as you can see there right on the windshield. And like I said, the cheapening method, you could see there, I think this is supposed to be a signal lamp indicator, but it's painted in white. But they're gonna give you a fog lamps right down below the bumpers. Now, we cannot open this frunk because you cannot open it because the entire front of the diecast is integrated to the entire body shell of the diecast model itself. Now, approaching to the front tires of this diecast model, so you can see there are very shiny Pagani rims on it with a very thick high profile tires on it. Now, this is the only thing that I don't like about this diecast. The tires are way too high for if you compare them to the actual car itself. The Pagani Zondas have a lower profile tires, but this has a high profile tires on it. Well, the tires are well detailed with the treads on it and the sidewalls, but it's not that sporty looking in my opinion. But at least it's decent at the same time. And if you can see there's a brake mechanism right before the rims itself. There's this shiny chrome disc brakes and the gold calipers. Now, you could remove these tires easily, especially Motormax offered this as a assembly kit. So, dismantling the tires will be easy and safe. Now, going to the doors of this diecast model, so you can see there a tiny Pagani logo right there. I think this is supposed to be a side indicators. This is a tampo, so it's not a sticker, so cleaning will be safe, like I said before. So you can see there the side mirrors, and this is an old diecast, more than 10, I think. The mirror starts to peel, which I will show you later. And going to the rear wheels, right there. It also has the same high profile tires compared to the front, but it's still got the rotor disc, shiny rotor disc, and the gold caliper right there inside. You can also remove this, like I said before, and you can see there the Modena design. I think this is the design studio for the Pagani. Of course, the owner, Horacio Pagani, conceptualized and designed this car from the ground up. And not to mention also, I think this is the diffuser. Now, I think this is also made in Diecast, so there's gonna be a minimal plastic usage for the entire Diecast shell, so it means going to be sturdy at the same time and yet heavy. So, going to the rear part of this Diecast model, you could easily see the brake lights right there as a brake indicator in transparent red, and down below there is the reverse indicator, I think, because there's no color, and that little side indicators down below right there on the left. I painted this in silver because in actual car it was silver. As you get the 1/18 scale from Motormax, they did not bother to paint this, so it looks like a hack job. But then I just painted it with the color acrylic silver paint on it, just to be more accurate if you compared it to the real thing. And also, like I said, this is a low-end budget diecast model, so there's no grill on it. It's just a simulation. This is a plastic transparent acrylic glass on it with a honeycomb drawn on it. But at least you're gonna get the Zonda S logo right there, and of course that 4 pieces of exhaust in chrome that looks fancy and not low end at the same time, and the reverse light down there in a separate transparent plastic, the Zonda sticker, like your license plate holder, and this carbon fiber textured split spoiler, left and right. Of course, this is a separate piece, so yet at the same time very decent. Now, can we open the engine bay of this diecast model? Yes, but it's a two-step process. You need to open the passenger doors, front passenger doors first. You cannot open it because the entire engine lid is latched down below this door, so you cannot open it without opening those front doors first. So we lift the engine lid right there, and it will reveal the Mercedes-Benz AMG engine on it. The first initial productions, I think, of the Paganis had a Mercedes-Benz engine, and I think they still does. Write me in the comments if I'm wrong. And you could see there the AMG logo written in gold, and the Mercedes-Benz logo right there, and the logo of the Mercedes itself right there. They also included this carbon fiber compartment, both left and right. You could remove them if you wanted to, since this is an assembly kit from Motormax. I painted several parts on it. If you compare this to the other diecast or to the stock version of the Motormax, I just added some tiny little painted details right there on the air intake and some parts down below right there, and of course this cage that houses the engine to protect it from, I don't know, getting away. So the entire detailing of this Pagani by Motormax, this is just a plastic box. There's really not much plumbing or everything. The only plumbing that you can see there is the air intake, and I think this is the oil cooler down below, and this is already the exhaust system in chrome. So yes, this is still a cheap method, but at least it's got an engine bay. Now, for some reason, Pagani is already an attractive and flashy supercar, but if you take a look on the interior itself, it's even more flashier. So let's take a dive into the detailing of this diecast model. So in the interior, so you can see there in the door cards, it's a texturized carbon fiber made out of plastic, of course, with some white paints on it. It looks cheap, especially with the door handle. It was supposed to be a separate plastic door strap, but they never bothered that. It's integrated to entire plastic mold itself. So going to the flashy interior with that blue During that time, the blue interior was not popular in the early 2000s, since the blue is out of fashion since the late 80s and the early 90s. Just go review some American cars with the blue interior on it. But for some reason, the blue interior really mixed well with the Pagani if they wanted to be flashy at the same time. Now, Motormax did some, I think, an excellent job for the interior detailing. So there's gonna be some mixture of blue and white tones on it, with the combination of chrome bits, silver bits, and white bits on it. Now I added some coloring detailing on the interior, especially to the pinnacle right there on the dashboard. This is painted also in blue, but comparing it to the real thing, they had some silver accents on it. So I added it using an acrylic plastic modeler's paint made by Tamiya, or you could use any acrylic colors if you wanted to. I just wanted the hobby grade ones. So you can see there the signal stock, and also the pinnacles right there colored in silver. Normally Motormax won't paint those, but since this is a well-detailed interior for a low end, so some that kind of additional features or detailing really appreciates the, I mean, you can appreciate those diecasts with such effort, with the minimal effort to do those. So I did. So you could see there the Pagani on the door seal, the texturized door seal on carbon fiber. There's no carpet nor floor mats on it, since this is a budget model, like I said again and again. So you can see there the texturized center console with the very shiny handbrakes on it. So you can see there the chrome aircon louvers. At least Motormax did not made a shortcut method on producing those. So looking behind the seats in the front passenger and the driver's seat, I think this is a CD changer and an accessory box right there. I painted this in silver since again Motormax didn't even bother to paint those. Going to the right side interior, so you could see there the white glove box. I painted it in white and with a silver buckle on it, just to represent that it has a silver buckle on it. And you could also see there the center console of the diecast model. Now it looks like toy-ish because of the shiny plastics on it. There's no switches. Like I said before, this is a budget model, so what do I expect? Now, my take onto this diecast model, I think everybody's gonna like this diecast model, especially when they say, "Ooh, it's a Pagani." Now, for those who collect supercars from the early 2000s, or just a fan of the Pagani model itself, or just a fan of the Italian cars, the Pagani Zonda from Motormax won't disappoint you. Now, like I said before, this is a low-end diecast model of the Pagani Zonda. There are gonna be several diecast manufacturers in 1:18 scale that produces a high-end version of this. You just have to pay maybe times 5 or times 8 compared to this. I got this diecast for around, let's say, on a discount bin for 19 to 18 US dollars 12 years ago. Since nobody's bothering to get this diecast, maybe it's well hidden on the shelves. So for me, it's a bargain. At the same time, a very recognizable and iconic hypercar or supercar for the early 2000s. So I grabbed it. Like I said before, this is not the best representation of the Pagani Zonda. There are several diecast manufacturers like Mondo Motors and especially Auto Art. Auto Art has the vast variation of the Pagani Zondas in their lineup, and you're gonna appreciate even more of the detailing and the build quality itself and the accuracy if you compare them to the real thing. Now, the Motormax still has that cheapening and toy-ish method when they produce this Pagani Zonda, and yet it's still tidy and sturdy at the same time. It's a well-built diecast model, but if you want some accuracy and more detailing, go for the high-end ones. The Motormax is not a bad diecast to own. If your heart desires for a high-end models, then go for it. So, guys, thank you for watching. I hope this entertains you and helps you if you're interested buying in 1:18 scale Pagani Zonda, especially made by Motormax. And have a nice day.